Hi everybody, this is Boog S Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tokka and Rahzar 2-pack. So before we take a look at Rahzar, let's take a look at Tokka and all of his accessories. So first up, Tokka comes with open hands. Up next, Tokka comes with two tighter gripping hands. Up next, he comes with the wider gripping hands, which is the hands that I like to leave him with. He comes with this pipe, and this looks really good. It's cast in a gray color and has a metal dry brushing over top of it, and has some really nice texturing. This just looks so good. I was surprised at how good it looks. It's really soft and bendy. It's not hollow or anything, it's just hollowed down to a point. But yeah, this looks really nice. There Tokka is with that. They come with a canister of TGRI, which was changed from TCRI from the first movie, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure this was released with Super Shredder, I want to say. But yeah, this looks pretty good. So now, let's go ahead and take a look at Tokka's head sculpt. So Neca did such an awesome job on this. All the different paint variation on his skin looks nice. All of the spots came out good, and you can see some dark green into that light green variation there. That just looks so good. He has like a black wash over top of his head. And one of the coolest things on this figure is he has articulated eyebrows. And this is so good because you can get him looking surprised. You can get him kind of inquisitive. You can make him angry. And then you can open the mouth here, so you can get it angry. Or you can make him look shocked. It just surprised me that Neca did that. And that is so awesome. This is the very first figure that I've seen with articulated eyebrows. That was just such an awesome touch. And his eyes are done in a glossy color, that white and glossy red. And that looks really good. If you look in here, they even painted his mouth really nicely. All of the teeth are painted in that nice, it's not quite a white color. It's like a dirty teeth color. And some gloss red right there for the tongue and the mouth. And even the roof of the mouth is painted, and it has just a little bit of black paint on it too. So yeah, Neca really went above and beyond on the detail on him. Looking at his shell, it's colored in that orangish color and has that brownish and black color painted over top of it. And this is printed on, so the pattern on his shell looks very, very nice. You get some spikes on his shoulders. Now on the left side, it does hinder a little bit, because as you can see, there's that spike right there, and there's none over here. On the back of the figure, he has tons and tons of spikes on his shell, and they're actually pretty pointy. They're actually kind of sharp. As you can see there, it kind of left some marks on my hand there. So yeah, these really hurt. The texturing and coloring on his shell is really nice, and at the base of each spike, it has some, I think it's dark brown. Yeah, some dark brown color painted over top of it. That looks really nice. And then his shoulder pads and the wrapping right here looks good. The wrapping looks really dirty and has a black wash top of it. And my only complaint with him is Neca did paint the black over top of that joint right there, the wrist joint, but it has rubbed off. I mean, I appreciate them doing that, but I've been posing this figure around and switching the hands out, so just about all of the paint right there has worn off. I have some black flecks on my hand, and that's what it's from, it's from that. There's some dark green painted on his legs in between his muscles. You get the knee pads with some of that wrapping right there, which looks good. And then you have his feet, which again have some really nice paint detail on them, and the toenails are even sculpted nicely. They even have some little lines on them, and some dark brown paint. So yeah, this figure is sculpted and painted really, really well. This has to be one of my favorite turtle sets of all time. It's just really nice. All of the spots on his skin, even the paint on his shell, and the spikes on his shell, all of that looks so good. And his articulation is just a little bit hindered because of the shell, which I will go ahead and go over now. He has a ball-jointed head and neck that can look up all the way. You can get him looking up all the way. And it can move down all the way. You can move it side to side at both points. You can move it side to side at the neck and the head, and you get a little bit of tilting. He has articulation right here at the nose or the beak or whatever you want to call it. It moves up and down just slightly. He has an articulated jaw that can move down all the way and up all the way. And of course he has those articulated eyebrows that move up and down. And that is probably my favorite thing about this figure, is the articulated eyebrows, because like I said, I don't know of any other figures that have that. And you can really convey emotion with that in pictures. So I really like that. You can get a lot of good pictures right there because of that. He has ball-jointed shoulders. The left only moves out that far. The right moves out just a little bit farther. He has a ball-jointed diaphragm that can move up and down slightly and side to side slightly. The shell does hinder that, but he does get some articulation there. He has double-jointed elbows that can bend in just about all the way. He has swiveled wrists that can move side to side and up and down. And as you can see, there is still just a little bit of black paint right there. He has ball-jointed hips that can just about do a complete split. He can only kick forward that much. So yeah, it would have been nice if he could have kicked forward just a little bit more. He can kick back all the way. He has double-jointed knees. He can kick his own shell. And he has swiveled the ankle that can move down all the way, up all the way, and a really nice ankle rocker. So now, let's go ahead and take a look at Rahzar. So now let's take a look at Rahzar's accessories. This technically isn't Rahzar's accessories. This is technically just the Turtles' accessories, because there's a couple of things in here that just pertain more to the Turtles than to them. But the Simply Donuts box, and it's done in like a cardstock type material, and you can open it, and you can put the donuts down inside it. And these look really good. They're painted and sculpted really nicely. They even have some little bit of texturing right there. That looks really good, and you can fit them down in the box. And you have the smashed one with the antidote there inside it, and that looks really good. And there is Rahzar holding it. I did a picture of that. Of course, I had to recreate it. And the turtles are supposed to hold the box, and the smashed donut goes to Rahzar. There is the donut back in the box, and you can seal it like that. So I thought that was pretty cool that Neca included that. This is one of my favorite accessories from this box set, is the donuts. I think it's really awesome that Neca decided to include that. Up next is the fire extinguisher, and it's kind of plain. It has the label right there painted on there. There's no words or anything, it's just lines. And the hose, it's done in a really soft rubbery material. And again, this goes more for the turtles instead of Tokka or Rahzar. So I will go ahead and put a picture up here. So that is what you're supposed to do with it. Like I said, it goes to the turtles and not really Tokka or Rahzar. He has his open hands. He has his more closed gripping hands. He comes with his wider gripping hands. Up next, he comes with this wood beam. And I found that the best hand to put this in is the open hand, just because it's so wide. And Neca did a really good job of painting this and making it look like broken off wood. It looks really nice. It looks pretty realistic, I have to say. There he is holding that. And with this in his hand, it is a pretty heavy accessory. So the hands have become a little loose, especially if he's holding that. They've become much looser than the other sets of hands. Like I said, it's mainly just because it's so heavy and it does weigh his hand down. And finally, he comes with his shield. And this looks so nice. It's done in a silver color and it looks really rusted. But it's all just painted. This just looks so realistic. The rust detail on it, the brownish color, everything about this just looks really nice and like it's really rusted. And then there's the inside of it. And I've gotten a lot of people asking if this is supposed to be open. And yes, this is supposed to be open so he can grip it. And I like the way that's done instead of like clamps like Marvel Legends with Captain America does, because those tend to break. So with this, you just put this over his forearm there. And then just guide this over his hand. And then that's how he holds it. And it stays on really well like that. Like I said, I'm a fan of how they did that. So taking a look at his head sculpt, Neca did another great job on this. All the paint variation in his fur looks really nice. That reddish color, the orange, the browns, all the different tones just look really nice. And his fur is sculpted very nicely. My only complaint here is you can tell that is a separate piece because it's a hinge for the jaw. So that is a little bit noticeable. I wish they would have sculpted another piece of fur right there. Well, I don't know. I think that would have actually hindered this. So that's probably why they did it like that, is because it would have hindered that jaw. But that's just a minor complaint, honestly. His eyes look really nice. They're done in that light blue color and have some dark gray painted around them. You get that glossy black for the nose. And he has an articulated jaw, so his mouth opens wide. And again, it has that gloss coat for the mouth, and a blackish color for the tongue. And the teeth are painted pretty well. Shoulder pads look really good. They have that slight texturing to them. He has his armor, which is all made of stuff in the dump. This is a car grill. And again, the silver with that rust color painted over top of it looks so good. And it's held on by actual chains. So I thought that was a nice little touch that they did. And then you have these little tassels attached to the pieces right here. But yeah, these chains look very, very nice. You get some more paint variation to his fur. You get the forearm armor that's tire tread. And the wrappings also look good, like Tokka's did. They have that black paint over top of them. His loincloth looks good. It has black with some gray dry brushing over top of it. And then underneath it, it has some more textured material. It's just plastic. But yeah, that texturing looks really good. And there's also a wash over top of it. I was surprised with how much detail was in this and the texturing. It just looks really nice. And then you get the knee pads, which are the same as his shoulder pads. And you get some more of that tire with the spikes sticking out of it. And then down here you get some brown painted for the toes. I forgot to mention that there is brown painted over top of the hands right there. And the toenails look really good. They have some more sculpt detail to them and some paint. So now let's go over his articulation. He has a ball-jointed head that can look up all the way. And he can look down all the way, because he also has a ball-jointed neck, just like Tokka does. So with the ball-jointed head and neck, he can look up all the way, and he can look down all the way. He can move his head side to side. He has a hinge at the jaw that can open wide, and you can shut it if you want to. I do like his mouth open like that. He has ball-jointed shoulders that can move out all the way. The shoulder pads are very soft, so they don't hinder that at all. He has double-jointed elbow that can bend in all the way. He has swiveled wrist that can move side to side and up and down, which, like I said, it's pretty loose since he has this accessory in his hand. He has a ball-jointed diaphragm that can move back all the way, and he can crunch forward all the way. Since that armor is a little loose with those chains right there, it doesn't hinder that. So he can move down all the way. He can also move side to side. He has ball-jointed hips that can do a complete split, which I really like. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back all the way. He has a single-jointed knee. I thought it was double, but it's actually just a single-jointed knee. But it does bend in pretty far. So yeah, for a single-jointed knee, it has some pretty good articulation. And he has swiveled the ankle that can move down all the way, not up much farther than how it was, and an ankle rocker. So now, let's do some size comparisons. Here they are next to Mama Shredder. Here they are next to the Foot Ninjas. And finally, there they are next to all 4 of the Turtles. So, hopefully everyone that wanted this set was able to get it, because this was made to order, so now it is completely done. The prices online are already soaring, so like I said, hopefully you were able to get one if you wanted it. So, this is probably my favorite NECA Turtle set. It's just so well done. The sculpt and the paintwork on them is so good. So, that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.